Welcome everyone back to my channel. So today the fluids and bleeding of stuff, hopefully not me, but still, nothing much to add. Nothing has changed since the last episode. I was lazy enough to not do anything. Now the weather isn't that hot anymore, so I just opened the clutch reservoir, and dang, there's a lot of nasty stuff in there. I need to use brake cleaner to clean that one up. I already found that clutch bleeding is from the slave cylinder. So yeah, I don't know what this upper thing is for the clutch line. Maybe also some kind of bleeder or extension or something. Either way, I believe clutch I can fully bleed now. Brakes also, but the steering pump I couldn't find the bleeder for it, if it even has one. But I believe when steering pump is working, then it's gonna bleed itself. Same goes for radiator. I won't be able to bleed it all the way because I need the car to run and I need to get a new battery for that. Well, let's start by cleaning the clutch container, and yeah, and then let's try to fill it. I still need to make that bleeding bottle with the hose in there. So making the bleeding bottle, I think most of you already know, but in case someone doesn't, you need to take the simple bottle and get your tubing to length, so it sits on the bottom of the bottle, and the top part can go on brakes or clutch bleeder. Usually you use smaller bottle than 1.5 liter. You use the small bottles, but I can't seem to find any, so I'm just gonna use this one for now. So, and just like that, we have ourselves a bleeding bottle, and as you can see, just made a hole, got it through the bottle till the end. And what I suggest is pre-fill a bit with brake fluid. Since I'm gonna be doing clutch and brakes, then yeah, I will need brake fluid for that. So when you air it out, it doesn't take back air in there, but it sucks up the fluid. So here I have my .4s. I know that on the brake cylinder head, the top of it shows that I need .3, but as I understand from forums and the specified car part, then .4 should be fine. So I have 1 liter bottles. I have 3 of them, or 4. No, I have 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. Let's see how much the car will take. So on the bottom, everything is set up. I got my bottle there. Close the bleeding spot. Now I'm just gonna pour in some brake fluid and see what happens actually. Honestly, I'm surprised that there is vacuum in there. Or I need to push the clutch. Let me figure this one out. So now I'm doing this. I open it up a bit. 1 second, open it up. press out so the fluid and air gets out, tighten it back down and open up, let it go. That way I'm bleeding the slave cylinder, and I will do this for a couple of more goes, and then I will switch back to using the clutch. Open this end up, use the clutch, because I feel that sometimes there is few air bubbles, so I need to get those out, and then we can move to brakes. So the clutch, I would say, is done. The pedal is nice and firm. Still I feel that there is something inside, like the air bubbles, but we'll see. Maybe I'll return to that one later. But now to brakes. I need to make progress in this project, so it is what it is. The brakes, I will go around, open up the valves, the bleeding, the bleeding valves. Then I will fill up the reservoir and basically walk around and see which valve is working, where the fluid has reached. Close that and then start opening up one by one and bleeding it out. I removed all the little caps from the bleeders, unscrewed them a bit. Well, and now I'll start adding brake fluid, running around the car like crazy to see if anything is spilling, and then I guess the bleeding process will start. Currently making progress. I'm happy with that. For clutch, I don't know how many did I use. It's like 200 milliliters or something. I will add the picture, I guess, over the screen with the clutch, the amount of fluid for the clutch needed from the book, and brakes, I guess oil and everything will be added in this video. So I haven't given up on this episode yet, so that's progressive. Let's just start filling it. Container is full, and now I can start running around the car. So we have our first bleeder. Let's just quickly run around all the places. Here's nothing. What about the rear? Rear one, nothing, and another one, nothing. Well, at least there's one. So so you have a glimpse of just how little I know of what I'm doing. I got the first two wheels to start giving out the brake fluid, and now I'm trying to get the rear. So it's sitting here like, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes trying to get the fluids out. I couldn't understand why nothing happening. Then I decided to check the reservoir. It was empty. Now I filled it. Damn. The most exciting part, pumping the brakes. At least I feel like I'm sitting in the real car now, because I have 2 out of 3 pedals working already. That is always exciting. As you can see by the puddle and the marks on the tire, I got everything to work. Now it's time to bleed it out. Just gonna attach my bleeding thingy bleeding thingy attached, and now I'm just gonna unscrew it a bit. As you can see, there's liquid flowing out. Now I will just need to pedal it. So I cycled through all 4 brake cylinders. This is how much I pumped through. Not sure can I use it or not. Theoretically I could use it because the slave cylinder, the clutch cylinder is new, the brakes are new, all the lines are new, so I don't think that there should be any issues with that. But for now, let it sit there. So I will top this one up. Actually, I don't know if I did it correctly. I went and cycled till there's practically no bubbles. Well, there is some tiny bubbles on top, but maybe I will go through them one more time because now the majority has the fluid and everything. But other than that, looks like we're done with the brakes. I'm just gonna go around and check all the connections that I made myself. I will be really shocked if they don't leak. Shocked and happy. And if those are okay, then I will move on to the steering. So surprisingly, I didn't find any connections that were leaking. Well, yet at least. Only this one was kind of sketchy. Because it had fluid on there. Let's try to pump a pedal a bit, but I cleaned it off and I don't think there is anything. Let's see now when it's under the pressure. Yeah, I think it's leaking. Yeah, it's leaking. Oh, well, one connection. It's not that bad. I'm gonna redo that. I will need to redo that, but I will do it off camera. No point for you to see because I want to leave everything overnight, just see and double check everything. So now the steering fluid. Looks pretty clean. So I will top it up with my Dex 3 transmission oil. Oh, it's hard to do it with one hand. Yeah, I don't need the flashlight anymore. So let's see. Let's just top it up. For steering fluid, there is no bleed options because you just the engine bleeds itself. I will also need to change out the transmission oil and diff oil, but that will be for different time. Basically, when the steering pump starts working, it's gonna pump out all the air inside this reservoir where we're filling the liquids, and it will be fine. You just need to follow these. Top up till it's on cold, since it's cold. And we are on cold actually. Nice. So how much did it take? It take like 400 milliliters. Not bad actually. Yeah, that was easy. The easiest thing I ever done. So what next? Next we crawl around and look for any leaks. I guess nothing is leaking from the steering system. Yeah, this is leaking a bit. Like I said, I will switch that out a bit later tomorrow, because like I said, I want to go through what is happening all around the car. And now I will fill this radiator up, basically for two reasons. One, also check if it's leaking. Second, just so it's done. And then we're won't do this heat cycle this time and driving around. That will be for next episode. But for now, let's see how much radiator takes without engaging the second cycle, the long pipes, the inner radiator. Luxury, just like my car. So double check, no, nothing is flowing out of under the car. This one's slowly bubbling away. Like I said, I will repeat myself and put... Why is my hand so red? It's not so red in real life. Damn. Either way, I will put the pages from the book on the liquids, just so you guys know. So it's next day and I just finished up changing out the connection that was leaking, redoing it, pumped the pedal a bit, didn't see any leaks coming out of there. We'll double check. I'm just gonna crawl around the car a bit, check all the connections, and then do the final bleeding of the brakes. So basically what you saw, I kind of filled up this my bleed bottle kind of a lot actually. So basically what you saw, I just ran the brake fluid through the brake lines multiple times, so everything is everywhere, and now we'll be bleeding it. There is possibility to do it with one person, but I have the luxury of having someone to help me, so I will use that luxury. And yeah, and basically you need to pump the pedal, and then person holds the pedal and you unscrew the bleed valve so the air goes out. I'm gonna do the same for clutch and everything. Dai pumpe. Story. Pumpe. Story. And on this note, this is the end of this episode. I bet in next episode I will most likely try to start it, do the heat cycle, recheck, refill this coolant once it reaches the inside of the car. That I also need to check all the piping here, so nothing is undone here and up there, obviously. And then I think we're gonna take it for our first drive as it is. Well, the first drive will be outside the tent for the first time in a year, I think, or more. It's gonna be on the wheels again, because I just want to hear what's going on with the car. Is there anything striking, catching, or anything? But on this note, Thanks everyone for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing. I see we are growing real fast. Well, for me real fast. For others, 5 new people in a month. I think it's a joke, but for me that's really awesome. Thank you guys. And on this note, see you in the next episode. Bye.